Ladies and gentlemen, so our topic for today is about the theories of crime causation by Sir OHLIE E. MALAZZAB. So the theory application, why theory application is important, it provides concept to name what we observe and explain relationships between concepts. How is this concept applicable today? In the previous discussion, we discussed the neoclassical concept about lunatics, and we found out that it is applicable to individuals who are in the capacity to do good things or the right things but fail to act upon them. He is lunatic. So example is politician, corrupt officials, right? Because we only give example from the past that lunatics are only those people who cannot distinguish right from wrong. But it seems that there is also another definition for that, that this individual who have the capacity to do things but fail to act upon it. And the best example there is the politician. Okay? Next is why jury application is important. It allows us to explain what we see and to figure out how to bring about change. How jury change our lives. The feminist jury focuses on analyzing and understanding gender inequality and its nature, and because of this jury, women were given the chance to be a part of the workforce in any field, and all of us are enjoying it. Why jury application is important again? Because it is a tool that enables us to identify a problem and to plan a means for altering the situation. How to resolve our problems. All the theory about crime causation enable us to identify the problems around us. Because of this theory, we are given the chance to plan and solve this problem based from this theory. So let us try to answer the following question based from theory. Why do people engage in crime? So according to conflict theory, crime was committed because of the competition between groups within the society over limited resources. How it was applied in our experiences. So if you remember, the first month of the pandemic, people were engaged in panic buying, and as a result, there is a limited resources of basic commodity like alcohol, canned goods, and this leads to a conflict or misunderstanding among people. Uh, Meron pa kang sasabihin, may mga, uh, ano bang tawag natin dito sa mga makasarili dahil meron silang pambili, binili na lahat ng alcohol at mga canned goods. Paano naman yung mga hindi makakabili, right? So those are misunderstanding between each and every one. Another one. In conflict theory, a possible crime is a crime of homicide or murder. How it was possible. We all know that there is an increase of population around the world, and land is one of the needed commodity, and because it is limited and costly, even families killed each other because of this commodity. If you still remember example that we discussed about the brothers who killed each other because of land. And then another one is biological theory. This theory explains that crime assumes that some people are atavism, born criminals, who are physiologically distinct from non-criminals. The most famous proponent of this approach is Cesar Lombroso. However, biological theories have continued to develop as a result. Other approaches or explanation was introduced. Biochemical condition like linked to poor diet or hormone imbalance, neurophysiological condition, learning disabilities caused by brain damage. What causes this? That is because of maybe your parents or the parents of the child had been drinking when they were still in the womb of their mother. Yung father naninigarilyo at nalalanghap yan ng mother. Another one is genetic inheritance and or abnormality intelligence. How it was applied in our experiences. It is given that there are individuals around us happen to be unlucky who possess disabilities at birth. So to avoid these individuals to engage in criminal activity, we need to widen our patience and love to them. So instead of bullying this kind of people, why don't you just share your love to them? Understand them. Show that you care for them, especially pag merong isa sa inyong pamilya na ganito. Do not show some discrimination. Hindi porket hindi sila normal, pinapakita mo na sila ay hindi tulad mo. So, you have to show care and be patient also. Hindi lang mga kasama sa bahay. Even people surrounds you. Yung mga neighbor nyo, kahit na kung sino dyan na nakikita nyo sa labas, huwag nyo ipakita yung na sila ay kakaiba. Just show that you care for them. Okay? Another one, a possible crime may committed is a crime of rape. How is possible? We all know that people with disabilities are prone in committing crime, and some have this uncontrolled passion, desire of things like admiring the opposite sex and lead to commission of rape. So example is the serial rapist. Diba? And another one is sociological theory. This theory suggests that crime is shaped by factors external to the individual. How it was possible in our experiences? Our experiences within our neighborhood sometimes influence us in many things, as well as our peers and our family. So always remember, ladies and gentlemen, that discipline starts at home. Always bear that in mind. Okay? So, kung meron man masisisi kung minsan, hindi naman natin pwedeng sabihin na always na yung peers mo ang dahilan kung bakit ka nagiging pasaway. Well, it's your choice anyway. I always say this to you. You have the choice. A possible crime may be committed as a crime of physical injury or worse, homicide or murder, and violating some laws like RA 9165. How it is possible? In this theory, we will focus on the influence of neighborhood and peers where an individual learned the modus operandi in committing crime and engaging in doing vices. Example, an individual who is a member of gangs tend to be engaged in drug addiction and engage in troubles with their adversary gangs that lead to gang trouble or war, and the outcome will be physical injuries or worse, homicide or murder. Yes, there is always a possibility, especially pag pareho kayo ng ugali na ma-pride. Hindi lang itong mga gangs na mga addict or whatever kind of addiction. Even fraternity, nangyayari yan, especially sa mga school. So, avoid joining this kind of group. Another one is anomie. According to this theory, crime happens due to the breakdown of social norms that often accompanies rapid social change. How it was applied in our daily experiences? Because of the rapid social change happened around us, it affects us all, even the young ones. Yeah, that is the hardest part. A possible crime committed is a crime of theft. We all know that respect for elders now depreciates, and young ones can steal something valuable from their old relatives because of the lack of respect among them. So we have to avoid these, ladies and gentlemen. You have to prove that this theory might be wrong. You prove that you are still you possess the so-called discipline within you. Kaya wag niyong niloloko yung mga elders natin, especially grandparents. Another one is Strangery. This theory argues that crimes occurs when there is a gap between the cultural goals of a society or individual. These strains are explained as the means and goal of the society. how it was applied in our experiences, education and employment. If one cannot achieve such goal, it will result to frustration and resentment and encourages some people to use illegitimate or illegal means to secure success. See that? Kaya pagbutihin yung pag-aaral nyo para you use your own eligibility to enter in such job. So another one, people who are educated and computer literate but unemployed tend to deceive people to obtain money from their victims. Usually, this perpetrator use social media as a means of committing it. So example natin yung mga nag-i-scam sa ating mga Facebook. They act as you, tapos nang hihingi ng mga pera sa mga family nyo. Kaya mag-ingat na lang. So, pag kayo nag-log in sa mga computer, always remember to log out para hindi nila kayo magiging victim. And then, feminist perspectives. The concept used by feminist perspectives to explain the maleness of crime is hegemony, masculinity, the set of ideas, values, representations, and practices associated with being male, which is commonly accepted as the dominant position in gender relations in a society at a particular historical moment. The effect of this theory paved way for women to be recognized in all aspects in any field of specialization, whether it is in law enforcement, engineering, business, education, and others. We all know that men, being dominant, wanted to be a provider of the family, but because of unemployment of the husband and the women tend to employ, it will lead to conflict among the husband and wife. And this is very true. That is because of the pride of the husband. If there is a cooperation and understanding with each other, a conflict might not occur. So they should talk with each other and explain, and then they have to understand the situation. Alangan naman na hindi kayo kakain, di ba? So another one is classical theory. This theory explains crime as a free will decision to make criminal choice. This choice is made by applying the pain-pleasure principle. This perspective concentrates on criminal setting like circumstances of crime available or opportunities to commit specific crime. Example, availability of attractive targets and opportunities, a low level of supervision, and low risk of apprehension. So, if you do not want that you will be a victim, do not give opportunities to this would-be criminal to be or to victimize you. So, the application, we all know that criminals are everywhere looking for opportunities. So we need to reduce this opportunity for us not to be victimized by perpetrator. Like for example, do not show your money if you have a lot of money. Pag pupunta ka sa market, alangan naman na ano bang gagawin mo? Magdala ka ng maraming pera or susuot ka ng gold na kwentas, alam mong maraming tao doon. So meaning to say, you are giving the opportunity, these people, these would-be criminal, to rob your things. So, these are example again. Culprits are waiting for opportunities, and when opportunity comes, they will grab it and achieve more pleasure. So, a high-ranking official accepting bribes to help an applicant to be given a job or position in any institution, but he avoid pain by delegating the collection of such bribe to his subordinate. You see that? Para hindi yung direct na siya ang gumawa, i-notice pa niya yung iba. Para yun ang gagawa, pero siya naman ang tumanggap ng suhol. Diba? So, thank you and more power everyone. God bless and stay at home and be safe.